and to constantly say things that are like just atrocious because they're looking for attention and they can never have enough of it. They can never have enough of it. Rachel Zegler is extraordinarily woke, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged.
A few lessons for Disney. Number one, stop cannibalizing all your old IP. Like, it's really bad. It's really bad business. Number two, please stop changing all of the historic plots, which actually have meaning to generations of people, to instead become generic woke story about how woman leads revolutionary uprising and she don't need no man.
But you don't seemingly like your own character, so she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat.
The star, Rachel Zegler, is unbelievably charmless in public.
I don't think they're gonna buy it. I don't think they're gonna watch it. I don't think they're gonna like it.
And she just sounds bitter, and
she was, as woke as they are.
This truly is the worst casting, maybe, in the history of the film industry.
You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White. Right. You should shut up.
Spend 1 minute on Snow White and how it totally imploded at the box office this weekend. They spent $170 million to make the thing, and it had the lowest opening, under $50 million, of any of these live-action Disney remakes that they've ever had.
I truly do believe that. There's something wrong with her. She's disturbed, she's unhappy, and she thinks it's about feminism and the patriarchy and about abortion. But the reality is she's just not stable, like the majority of people in Hollywood. They're just not stable human beings.
If Disney wants to make more woke films that tank at the box office, they are more than welcome to do that, but maybe think of an original idea.
No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, I don't need your business. Thanks.
Rachel Zegler, she's an asshole.
Rachel is literally the star.
I would highly advise that you boycott this film, no matter how much your children love Snow White.
Of a Disney movie, and she acts like she's some sort of victim, and that's the sort of mentality that is just poisoning people's minds. Like, she acts like her life is so bad. You know the saying, go woke, get broke, and Disney's going to lose money on this movie. And I believe it only made less than $1 million in China.
This is the Snow White remake that nobody saw coming, and not in a good way. What was supposed to be Disney's next big live-action hit has spiraled into one of its most controversial projects in years. From Rachel Zegler's viral comments about the original film to the backlash from longtime fans, the drama surrounding this movie hasn't let up. In this video, we're diving deep into everything: the casting debates, the changes to the story, the studio's response, and the shocking announcement of a full reboot before this version even hits theaters. Whether you're a diehard Disney fan or just love Hollywood drama, this is one story you don't want to miss. Imagine being thrust into the limelight, celebrated for your talent, only to find yourself at the center of swirling controversies that threaten to overshadow your achievements. This is the reality for Rachel Zegler, the rising star whose journey from high school musicals to Hollywood's big screen has been nothing short of a roller coaster. Born on May 3, 2001 in Hackensack, New Jersey, Rachel Zegler grew up in a multicultural household with a Colombian mother and a Polish-American father. Her passion for performing emerged early, leading her to star in numerous high school productions, including Beauty and the Beast and The Little Mermaid. But it was her portrayal of Maria in Steven Spielberg's 2021 adaptation of West Side Story that catapulted her into the spotlight, earning her a Golden Globe Award and critical acclaim. In 2025, Disney announced Zegler as the lead in their live-action remake of Snow White. The casting choice ignited debates, with some critics questioning the decision to cast an actress of Colombian descent in the iconic role. Conservative commentator Ben Shapiro remarked, "The name of the movie is Snow White, okay?" highlighting the racially charged undertones of the backlash. As anticipation for Snow White grew, Zegler's past comments about the original 1937 film resurfaced. She labeled the classic story as outdated, prompting fans to question her appreciation for the role. Additionally, her candid admission of joining Shazam because she needed a job was met with criticism, with some perceiving it as a lack of enthusiasm for her projects. Beyond her film-related remarks, Zegler's political expressions added fuel to the fire. Her Free Palestine tweet, posted alongside promotions for Snow White, led to internal tensions. Producer Mark Platt reportedly intervened, urging her to remove the tweet due to concerns about potential boycotts and the safety of co-star Gal Gadot, who faced threats over her Israeli heritage. The controversies surrounding Zegler didn't go unnoticed by her peers. Ariana DeBose, her West Side Story co-star, inadvertently stepped into the fray by sharing a quote about narcissism on Instagram. The quote's association with criticism of Zegler led to speculation about a rift between the actresses. DeBose quickly deleted the post, clarifying she was unaware of its context and emphasizing her intent to remain neutral. Despite the buzz, Snow White underperformed, grossing only $43 million during its opening weekend against a $250 million budget. Analysts and critics debated the factors behind the film's failure, with some pointing to the controversies surrounding Zegler as a contributing element. Podcaster Joe Rogan quipped about the film's budget, questioning the allocation of funds given its lackluster reception. As anticipation for Snow White grew, past interviews resurfaced where Zegler critiqued elements of the original 1937 film. She described the storyline as outdated and expressed a desire to portray a more empowered version of Snow White, focusing on leadership rather than romantic pursuits. These comments ignited debates among fans and industry insiders, with some accusing her of disrespecting a beloved classic. The situation was further complicated when Zegler made political statements on social media, including support for pro-Palestinian causes and critiques of former President Donald Trump and his supporters. These posts led to polarized reactions, with supporters praising her activism and detractors calling for boycotts of her projects. The controversies surrounding Zegler had tangible effects on the production and promotion of Snow White. Reports indicated that her political statements led to increased security measures for co-star Gal Gadot, who faced threats due to her Israeli heritage. Producer Mark Platt reportedly intervened, advising Zegler on the potential ramifications of her public remarks. Upon its release, Snow White underperformed at the box office, with analysts attributing the lukewarm reception to a combination of controversy fatigue and audience disengagement. The entertainment industry was divided in its response to the situation. While some figures criticized Zegler's approach, others, including celebrities like Ariana Grande and Helen Mirren, publicly supported her, emphasizing the importance of artistic expression and personal convictions. This division highlighted the broader conversation about the role of artists in political discourse and the expectations placed upon public figures. Zegler's experiences underscore the complexities of modern celebrity, where personal beliefs and professional endeavors are often intertwined. Her journey reflects the challenges of navigating public scrutiny, the responsibilities of representation, and the evolving dynamics of audience engagement in the digital age. As she continues her career, Zegler's story serves as a testament to the multifaceted nature of fame and the ongoing dialogue between artists and their audiences. Imagine a scenario where a beloved classic is reimagined for the modern era, only to become the center of intense debates, fan dissatisfaction, and industry introspection. This is the unfolding narrative of Disney's live-action adaptation of Snow White, featuring Rachel Zegler in the titular role. What began as an ambitious endeavor to breathe new life into a cherished tale has transformed into a complex saga of casting controversies, creative reinterpretations, and a box office performance that fell short of expectations. As Disney grapples with the aftermath, the entertainment world watches closely, pondering the implications for future adaptations and the delicate balance between innovation and tradition. Disney's strategy of reimagining its animated classics into live-action spectacles has been a defining feature of its cinematic approach in recent years. Following the commercial successes of The Lion King and Aladdin, the announcement of a live-action Snow White seemed like a natural progression. The project aimed to honor the original 1937 film while infusing contemporary sensibilities to resonate with today's audiences. With Mark Webb at the helm as director and a production budget reportedly around $270 million, expectations were set sky high. In June 2021, the casting of Rachel Zegler, known for her breakout role in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, as Snow White was met with a spectrum of reactions. While many celebrated the casting of a Latina actress in the iconic role, others voiced concerns about deviating from the character's traditional depiction. Conservative commentators, such as Ben Shapiro, questioned the casting choice, emphasizing the character's name as indicative of her appearance. This discourse highlighted the ongoing conversation about representation and authenticity in Hollywood. The creative team behind the remake sought to modernize Snow White by addressing elements of the original narrative that were perceived as outdated. Rachel Zegler, in various interviews, articulated a vision of Snow White as a proactive leader, moving away from the passive damsel in distress trope. She critiqued the original film's portrayal of the prince, describing him as literally a stalker, and emphasized the need for a more autonomous heroine. While some audiences appreciated this progressive approach, others felt it undermined the essence of the beloved classic. In line with the film's modernized vision, significant changes were made to the character traditionally known as Prince Charming. In this adaptation, the character was reimagined as Jonathan, portrayed by Andrew Burnap, stepping away from the royal archetype to present a more grounded and relatable figure. This alteration aimed to shift the narrative focus from a romantic rescue to a story emphasizing personal growth and self-reliance. However, these changes sparked debates about the balance between innovation and preserving the core elements that endeared the original to audiences. Beyond creative decisions, the production of Snow White faced logistical and environmental challenges. Filmed at the renowned Pinewood Studios in the UK, the production reportedly generated substantial carbon emissions, surpassing those of action-heavy films like the latest Fast and Furious installment. Despite efforts to implement eco-friendly practices, the environmental footprint became a point of contention, reflecting broader industry challenges in sustainable filmmaking. As the film's release date approached, Disney embarked on an extensive marketing campaign, unveiling trailers and promotional materials to build anticipation. However, the reception was mixed. While some fans expressed excitement, others remained skeptical, particularly in light of the ongoing controversies surrounding casting choices and narrative changes. The promotional strategy had to navigate these polarized sentiments, attempting to appeal to both traditional fans and new audiences. Upon its release on March 21, 2025, Snow White faced a challenging box office landscape. Despite its substantial production budget, the film's opening weekend yielded only $80 million, a figure that fell short of industry projections. Analysts attributed this underperformance to a confluence of factors, including the pre-release controversies, audience fatigue with live-action remakes, and competition from other major releases. The financial shortfall prompted Disney to reevaluate its approach to future adaptations and the viability of its remake strategy. The tepid performance of Snow White sent ripples through the entertainment industry. Disney, known for its meticulous brand management, faced critical assessments of its creative decisions and market strategies. Reports emerged that the studio was pausing development on other live-action remakes, such as Tangled, signaling a potential shift in focus towards original content and a reassessment of the remake model. This introspection highlighted the challenges studios face in balancing nostalgia with innovation. The Snow White saga serves as a case study in the complexities of modern filmmaking, where creative ambitions intersect with audience expectations and cultural sensitivities. It underscores the importance of thoughtful storytelling that honors original narratives while thoughtfully integrating contemporary themes. The industry is reminded of the delicate equilibrium required to innovate without alienating core audiences. The journey of Disney's live-action Snow White encapsulates the multifaceted challenges of reimagining a classic in today's cinematic landscape. From casting controversies and narrative overhauls to environmental considerations and box office realities, the film's trajectory offers valuable insights into the evolving dynamics of Hollywood. As the industry moves forward, the lessons gleaned from this experience will undoubtedly inform future endeavors, emphasizing the need for authenticity, cultural awareness, and a harmonious blend of tradition and modernity in storytelling. Disclaimer: the content presented in this narrative is based on publicly available information and media reports. While efforts have been made to provide an accurate account, some details may be subject to interpretation or have evolved over time.